What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I am TheAsTroidmech, and today we are going to bring back a little bit of a series that I used to do on the channel, and I want to make it more of a regular thing. I'm trying to get a schedule down for a weekly schedule for content, I should say. Trying to get that all figured out, and I really want to bring back and do a regular Q&A series. It's called Ask Asteroid. I did one episode before, didn't do super well when I uploaded it when I didn't have very many subs. But now we're almost at 1K, which, by the way, thank you guys so much for all the support that you've given us on this channel. I mean, we've had such a huge amount of growth ever since I started the channel. We have a GL, we have almost 1,000 subscribers in just under 2.5 months. So I really appreciate all the support. So how we're going to be doing this is, if you join my Discord server, you'll be able to ask questions in the Ask Asteroid chat, which we will go through on this in this video, I should say, together. We'll be answering all of the questions that we can, and showing you guys what my thoughts are on this. And yeah, let's just get right into it, I guess. The first question I have here is, if I were to overhaul one part of the game, what would I do it to? What part of the game would I overhaul? There's a few things I think that come to mind. I think I heard a cool idea where if you had a system where you could have different pilots in the pilot spot, so I could put Darth Vader and Rey in the TIE Reaper for the pilots, just whatever characters I want to put as pilots, it gives them different abilities or whatever. I think that could be an interesting way to overhaul ships and make it a little more engaging instead of being a set pilot to get it. Also doesn't necessarily tie into you need the pilot to unlock the ship. It just leaves the ship more on its own. I also think they should double drop ships. That would be maybe even triple drop ships, because everyone hates farming ships. So making that more accelerated than characters, I think, would honestly be beneficial to people. But I don't think that's what my choice would be. I think if I were to overhaul one part of the game, it might be Territory Wars. I'd make it more like something similar to Rise of the Empire, where your guild has to go conquer and fight other guilds on different planets, and you have to like conquer planets, and it's like a sector thing and a whole arena mode. I mean, that could be a whole different mode on its own, but I think it'd be interesting to overhaul that part of the game if they did that. That's probably what I would choose, that or Conquest. And what I would do to Conquest is I would make it fun, so that might be another fun option to do there. Next up, we have, how many subs will you R9 HK47? No, not doing that. Do you correctly consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie? I'll be honest, you guys. I will admit, I haven't seen Die Hard. I'm sorry, I haven't seen it. It is actually on my to-do list this Christmas. I'm going to watch Die Hard, and I will report back to you after I watch it. My thoughts, if you want to know, if I do this series again, and you guys ask me about it around Christmas time, I will remember to watch it by then, and I will give you my opinion then. But I honestly have not seen it, unfortunately. So next up, if you could create your own raid in the game, what would it be? So if we look at the raids here, we have Endor Speeder Bike, Crate Dragon raid, the Sith Triumvirate, the General Grievous AAT raid, and the Pit raid. So if we look at all of this, it looks like we have pretty much all of the areas of Star Wars covered. We have original trilogy, we have the spin-off TV shows, Old Republic, Clone Wars, another original trilogy one. So what are we missing here? We're missing a sequel trilogy one, and we're missing, I guess, I don't know if this counts as a prequel. No, because this is Geonosis, so this is a prequel trilogy one. So we are missing a sequel trilogy raid, and I think that would probably be my pick for the next one. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the sequel trilogy, but I mean, you gotta give it some representation in the raids here. So I guess when it comes to raids, for the sequel trilogy, stuff that comes to mind is the Maz Kanata Castle. Oh, I don't know who would the boss be for that, but I'm just thinking of the First Order raided Maz Kanata's Castle, maybe something like Canto Bight, but I don't know if that also makes sense. I'm trying to think what would be like appropriate. Oh, you know, we could do Exegol. That would be awesome. You have to fight through waves of guards, so like the Knights of Ren and stuff like that, and they had the guards they had down there, and then Sith acolytes, and then the final boss is Sith Eternal Emperor. That could be a really fire one. Actually, I really like Exegol. I think Exegol would probably be my next raid I would choose, to be honest. I think that would be a fire idea. It gives the sequel trilogy some representation. Again, I know it's not as popular, but it's only fair to give all parts of Star Wars some representation in the game, I think. And I think the best way of doing that right now when it comes to raids is probably a Exegol raid. I think that'd be super fun. If I could choose any raid, it might be Umbara. I might choose a Death Star raid or something like that. But I don't know. I think if we were to look at it logistically, I think a sequel trilogy raid might be the fairest option. I think. Is a what's it called? Gajimi maybe, but that's not as cool as Exegol. I think Exegol is probably a really cool idea. Let's see here. Which one would you choose? Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes port on PC. Okay. With PC graphics and less pay-to-win elements, but with live support for years to come. So, basically exactly what we have, except better graphics and less pay-to-win. Or Battlefront 3 with live support for 2 to 3 years. Now, I would prefer having a Battlefront 3, but knowing that it's going to end in 2 years just kind of feels like doom and gloom the whole time. And I use this game as like, you know, when I make for content. And obviously if I had a Battlefront 3 come out instead, I would make Battlefront 3 content. But if it's only for 2 or 3 years, that is not a lucrative or smart idea for content. And this game has been going for a long time. I'm trying to find a profile. 7 years is how, yeah, there's 6 years. Finish a championship in Chromium. When did I ever get into Chromium? What the hell? I think that since Battlefront 3 would only have 2 or 3 years of support, I honestly would choose this because this is a more beneficial content strategy for me, as well as I've been working on this for so long, and I've kind of accepted the Battlefront 3. That Battlefront 3 is not happening. I've just kind of come to accept it, unfortunately, which is crazy for me to say. I mean, again, if it wasn't limited for 2 or 3 years, I would probably say Battlefront 3, but the fact that it is really makes this question a little more difficult for me. But after that, if you could remove one character from the game, who would it be? And it can't be HK-47. Well, I would have chosen HK-47 because that would have saved me a lot of stress. But if we were to look at the character roster in general here, what is a character I don't like that is absolutely useless in the game? So we need bad characters that I don't like. Let's see, some bad characters. Maybe just one of the Jawas. Imperial Probe Droid doesn't do too much. I don't know if I want to remove the Jawas though, because they have one of these two, one of the Night Sister Initiates or Acolytes. That could be an easy remove there. Mob Enforcer. I think Mob Enforcer is a great pick to be removed. I don't know why Mob Enforcer is even an unlockable character in the game at all, to be honest with you guys. Mob Enforcer might be the interesting answer here. Mob Enforcer, Night Sister, Acolyte, or Initiate. Yeah, that's probably what I'd choose. Those would be my top 3 probably. And then last up here, if you can make your own Galactic Legend, who would it be and why? Now, there's 2 answers to this question. There's who would I make and who do I think is next. Who would I make? It would probably be Ahsoka the White. Ahsoka is a Galactic Legend level character at this point, I feel like. She's in everything. People love her. She's had such a character journey. Having Ahsoka the White being a Galactic Legend for UFUs totally works. I think that would be a really, really cool Galactic Legend, especially if we take a look at the UFU faction here, especially if it specifically is aligned with UFUs. Now, Rey here is an UFU, but she's aligned with light side in general, which is good. It works for her. But if we had Ahsoka here, I would love it if it tied into Phoenix and UFUs. So you could have Visas Mar, Kylo Ren. You could do some Starkiller stuff on there. You could also throw in Kanan Jarrus as a tank or whatever. Having Phoenix 501st maybe, and UFU synergy, I think would be an amazing move. I think it'd be really cool. But I don't think she will be the next Galactic Legend, I don't think she'll be the next Galactic Legend. I think the next Galactic Legend will be a Separatist Galactic Legend. And we see this because of Trench's kit. It mentions somewhere in the kit, I'll show you guys, I guess. It says somewhere in here, in Trench's kit, that if all allies are something or other and not Galactic Legends, there's no Separatist Galactic Legend you're going to put Trench with. I have no idea where this tag is. Okay, there it is. Separatist allies have 10% speed, excludes Galactic Legend allies for each enemy with extortion. This isn't like a crazy, like a character or ability that you would put with the Galactic Legend. There has to be a Separatist Galactic Legend in the pipeline. What would that be? That'd be hard to find out. I I don't know if Chancellor Palpatine would be an option, but we already have Sith Eternal Emperor, so I don't know if they want to do another Palpatine. We already have Count Dooku in the game, but Darth Tyrannus, I suppose, is an option I've heard people talk about. However, we already have Count Dooku in the game, and I don't know how much variation you can make between Count Dooku and Darth Tyrannus. I don't know what variation what would you do, like, with that character? Would you just give him a hood? Because he has wearing a hood a few times in the Clone Wars. Like, that's the only thing I can see. You're not going to give him the pajama skin. Are you going to give him that armored skin from that one Clone Wars episode, the Yoda arc? I don't know. I think Count Dooku would be a great Galactic Legend, but we already have him in the game, so what else would be a good Separatist Galactic Legend? That's kind of a tricky one. Not Newt Gunray. I don't know, man. It's really tricky. I mean, the logical ones would be Chancellor Palpatine, or Tyrannus. I think it's got to be Tyrannus. I think Tyrannus is the next Galactic Legend, and I think that Ahsoka would be the coolest next Galactic Legend. Although I do also think a Han Solo Galactic Legend could be, or at some point down the road. I think that would make a lot of sense, to be honest. I don't know what Han Solo they would do for Galactic Legend, because they already have Vet Han in here, and that's kind of the veteran version of him, right? So I don't know, but I think Darth Tyrannus and Ahsoka Tano, Ahsoka Tano the White should be the next Galactic Legends that we see in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Now, that's the end of the video. However, if you would like to ask questions in the comment section down below, make sure you use hashtag AskAsTeroid in the comments. But just like with our roster reviews, we're going to be taking priority from the questions in the Discord server. So if you join the Discord server, drop your questions in here. It is a much likely or much higher chance that I will answer your questions from here. Join that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. AsTeroidmech out. I don't know why I just said that. That was cringe.